Brothers and sisters, I just wanted to hop on real quick and talk about this peace agreement between the United Arab Emirates and Israel that President Trump has just announced. A sister on Facebook was really concerned that this was going to give rise to the Antichrist, and so I responded to her. I wanted to encourage her and anyone else that, Daniel 9:27 says that the Antichrist will make a covenant with others, but some translations, like King James Version, Berean Study Bible, Young's literal translation, say that he will confirm or strengthen a covenant with many for 1 week. So if he's not one of the participants of the creation of the Daniel 9 agreement, then when he comes to power, he'll confirm what's already been done. So if anything, this is just another sign of the times we're living in, but it's not that the Antichrist is about to rise. And I love Brother Amir over at Behold Israel. Go check out his channel if you're not already following him. I've been following him for a few years for his Middle East updates. He made a great point regarding this peace deal. He said that if anything, this is pointing to the coming Ezekiel war because of the political map during that invasion, when Sheba and Dedan will criticize the countries that are going to invade Israel in order to loot and take spoils. So in other words, they'll be questioning Gog's motives, Gog with a G at the end, not D, not God, which would make sense in light of this peace deal. So, and considering what's happening with the Turks right now, wanting oil and gas, and Lebanese and Syria too, because Israel does have gas and oil, that could be part of the spoils that they're wanting to come and take, and which also brought Russia to that area too. So if anything, we're seeing Ezekiel 38 rather than Daniel 9 here. But I just wanted to encourage you all. We are seeing Bible prophecy unfold before our eyes, but this is not the peace agreement with the Antichrist. I just want to encourage you guys to be Bereans yourself, to get into the Word of God every single day and study it to show yourselves approved, workmen unto God, who won't be ashamed, won't stand before Him ashamed. Grown in your faith, by studying the Word of God on your own. We tend to piggyback on people when we're young Christians, piggyback on our pastors and maybe YouTube teachers and people on Facebook Live, but it's great to listen to them and be encouraged and to fellowship with other believers, but we each have a responsibility to be in the Word of God on our own in order to grow and in order to test what we hear. You have to be able to test the spirits, see if they're from God. And part of that is knowing what the Word of God says. So, and that's how you don't get tossed around like the winds and waves, as it says in Ephesians, I believe, where you're tossed around by the winds and waves of every doctrine, every teaching. You will be solid in what is biblical by studying the Bible. So I just want to encourage you all to be in the Word of God on your own. Be at peace. I hope you're all well. I pray for you, and just allow the peace of God that surpasses all of our human understanding to guard your hearts and minds in Jesus. Shalom to you. I love you all. Be encouraged and keep looking up, for our redemption draweth nigh.